Hello bros and welcome to Select Zero BroFive production, and next ball, the Sakura Angels. So now we started to get close to the end of the story, but there's still 6 pictures left that we haven't seen, and when we've seen them, then we're gonna end it. Start recording right here, I suppose, of the 6, because I think they're gonna show up along the way against the end. Well, actually, not just of any descendant. It has been one who has talent, magical powers residing within them. So that means your dad is safe, and that the shadow have no interest in him. Oh, well, if I have so strong magical powers inside me, just teach me something so I can use them to protect myself. Does have some magic in his blood, but it's not really enough to realize any abilities. Huh. Well, that's bad. They're pretty convenient. Sayaka stretches and lets out a tiny yawn. It must have been exhausting for her to focus on one subject for so long. But I think things are finally starting to make sense. So are you following so far? Yeah, I think. Basically, my blood is the key to unlocking something terrible. Pretty much. But then, if it's connected to my blood, why are we running out of time? The seal will thankfully never break unless your blood is spilled, but it's been a long time since she's been in prison. Meaning that the seal weakening in its effectiveness with each passing day, and ever so slowly her influence has been creeping into the world. Can't you headaches? I see. So that she's almost calling out to me in a sense. It's why the monsters have been as organized as they have. And why that girl, Suzuki, she's instilled whatever power she could most into that girl and is using her as a puppet until she's finally free herself. I'm not sure what lies she must have fed to that girl in order to get her to obey, but she infected her mind. And given the current rate that her violence has been seeping from her prison, tomorrow will be when she achieves even more influence in the world. That monster will become more rampant than before. Suzuka will become more powerful too. Basically, our job will become even more difficult than it already is. You need help! For God's sake, call for backup! Must have something you can do. That's bad. Huh. Very. Which brings us to our next order of business. When we were first assigned to watch over you, all we had to do was take care of the stray shadows or two. If they suddenly decided to act on instinct, and that was easy enough. You had no idea those things even existed, and we were able to keep hidden and watch from afar. But then things started to go wrong. When you saw that shadow, it really took both Hikaru and I by surprise. It was like it was on a mission and completely slipped past our super vigilant watch. If I recall, wasn't that the day you insisted on getting a sandwich? Nope. We were very vigilant. I guess I was even luckier than I thought, and they had managed to save me back then. So anyway, once we were forced to show ourselves to you, it was clear that something wasn't right at all. And that was only even more obvious when Suzuki assaulted us. Wielding a powerful unlike anything we've seen before. We've been looking into it when we have the free from time, which is rarely ever when tasked with having to watch over you. Watch after you. Excuse me for existing. And it's quietly becoming apart that things weren't going so themselves. Once we learned that the seal in the place has been slowly weakening. Need to power it up somehow. We need to reinforce her prison. There you Rago. Why does I always get the things before them? Strengthening it so that her influence can't affect the outside world anymore. Only if it were that easy. We could have done it ourselves without bothering you. Sakura puts a complicated expression. I don't think I'm going to like what she has to say next. Kenta, we need your help. Me? How the heck am I supposed to help? You guys are the ones with all that fancy powers. It's not exactly the idea that we have to rely on you. I know, but we have to choose. So, we have no choice. And we are out of time to search for alternative means. Really, since the seal has created by someone in your bloodline and linked directly to them, it can only be strengthened by something learning the same blood. I mean, technically we could break the seal that's there and trap her in a new one. But I don't think we last long enough to do that. So in other words, I'm really the only solution here. I'm not sure how to take this. I don't know the first thing about this magic business though. And I even capable of doing such a thing. Sakura takes a moment to pound the things and fingers held in the shin as her eyes run over me. Do you remember the night Hikaru was having fun with that tentacle shadow? Oh come on! Oh, now she's embarrassed. Well, apparently I was not having fun. I guess so. But what does that have to do with anything? You used Hikaru's sword, didn't you? Yeah. But I don't... Kenta. You must have noticed yourself how light that sword was, despite its size, right? It's blade infused with magic that connects with the wielder to deal shift and powerful blows with ease. So infused in fact, that is someone not capable of controlling the amount of magic were to attempt to wield it. This is going. They go boom! The magic would be too much for them to handle. A boom? Well, maybe not maybe not explode. But at the very least, it brings about a messy end. And given that you're still standing off to swing that thing around, it's safe to say you have the potential in you. Yeeks. I don't believe that was a possibility of exploding from picking up her sword. What I did back then was even more reckless than I realized. I suspected something like that from the beginning. So if you can handle that sword, I think a little sealing magic should be no problem. But then it almost means we have to go to where she's sealed, taking along the one thing she's been seeking for all these years. It'd be reckless. And one mistake will mean we could put the world in danger. Well, the world is in danger anyway, so I don't think a day more in danger would matter. So let's just go. No pressure then, huh? I try my best to keep things light-hearted and force out the awkward love, but it's difficult after hearing all of this. To think that someone somehow invoked the key to unlock this woman from her prison and the only thing that can put her away for good. Tomorrow is our last chance to stop this before the spirals out of control. I think you're going to have to skip the day for school, Kenta. I wonder if if out of saving the world is a valid enough excuse to miss a day in school. Well, you wouldn't exactly get away with it, but what's worse that can happen? That's if your choice is to help us. I don't think I have much of a choice. I understand if you don't feel up to it. Maybe we can find another way. But there isn't another way, is there? That's the whole reason you're telling me all this. I heave out of sight and give my guardians a look over. They've done so much for me the past week, and even more than I realized behind the scenes. If anything, I owe them this. A solo heart. I can feel my hands beginning to tremble. I might die if I go with them. But then, if I leave it, things will only get worse. So, I guess I have no choice here, do I? I help you with this sealing business. If you think I can manage it. You will. Circle looks ecstatic and she claps her hands together. Was she not expecting me to help? Hikaru looks equally surprised. But Sayuka, I think she always trusts me, and Hikaru's just surprised about everything. She never expects me to go along with anything. Yes, a little faith goes a long way, guys. It's the least I can do after you guys have been risking your lives for me every day. If I finally have a way to help, then I'm not going to waste that chance. Kenta? So you almost sounded cool there. Almost. I think we need to work on the erotic dialogue. Well, no. But that have to come later. We have lots of cover if you're going to seal away that Stark Queen. So pay attention. And just then I thought the night could get any longer, yet another lecture begins. I'm sure it wasn't easy for the pair of them to teach me someone like me to basic magic, someone who only barely was aware of the existence at all. I'm not even sure if I got the steps down. But after hours of practicing, they assumed we got it down. I won't be able to tell for sure until the real thing. That's what scares me. What if they misjudge what I'm really capable of, or I mess it up, or there's a whole range of possibilities of things messing up on the day. Actually, I know she had so much power they couldn't kill her, but it's always a way to kill someone. Alright, I'm sounding more evil and bloodthirsty than anyone right now, but whatever. These are the thoughts that stay with me, long after the girls return to their tent to catch whatever rest they can get before the morning. Last thought, wait a second. Oh, already 14 minutes. The last thoughts I have been for a final drift off to sleep, that thought's day life is now lying ahead of me. I slowly come to my senses. Morning has arrived. There's no time to waste. I slip out of the covers and steel myself to what's to come, feeling more awake than I ever have in previous mornings. Which is surprising, since I probably got the best few hours of sleep. Alright, I actually get that. Because actually the nights I slept for many hours, I usually feel more tired than if I just slept a couple of hours. So I get it. I guess the fear of what's coming to mess this up keeping me going. I better motivation than any other. Okay, let's do this. Up here a pair of determined eyes that stare back at me from the mirror. This is the most focused I've been in my life. It's funny how much has changed the past few days, and it's even more weird how I seem to accept it. As if deep down I know all of this to begin with. I slip my casual clothes and make my for the dining room. I find the two girls waiting for me as expected, though I'm caught a little off guard by the fact that they're in the ballad outfits. Good morning. Did you sleep well? About as well as I could, knowing what's to come. Make sure to eat well before we leave. You're going to need the strength. Right, of course. I start for the kitchen and prepare the most simple food I can think of. So I think I forgot to ask the last night when we got carried away with other stuff. But where exactly is this dog queen in prison? Huh? Didn't we say she's sealed just outside this town? What? I almost dropped the plate I'm holding. So that's close by? Of course. Why else do you think her influence was spreading around here so easily? I think it was spreading everywhere. I didn't really think about any of that. That's a good point. But I think she's been this close the whole time. No wonder things have been getting progressively more crazy around here. She must be furious to have the key to her freedom just autographed like this. To be fair, while we didn't know she was at least in the area, we didn't pinpoint her exact location until last night. Apparently she is in the forest on the outskirts of town, holed up in some cave out of sight. There's a lot of history around this place, I suppose. Maybe the forest used to be part of something greater. Her old base of operation, perhaps? None of that matters. We just have to get in there, strangle the seal, and then our lives should be much easier. Are the things really going to just magically fix themselves when we do this? Well, it will shut off whatever power she has on the land, meaning the monsters will go back to being mindless husk and things should quiet down around here. But what about Suzuki? And then we can finally go home after all this sorting. Well, if you go home, I'm gonna try to become friends with Suzuki. For her sake. I'm going to snap if I have to spend one more day at this school. Oh, don't act like that, you're desperate to leave. I know for a fact you had fun spending time with Kenta. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, come on. That's obvious. Both of you had fun. I'm only doing my job. You can't fool me. Not when your face is an adorable shade of red. I like this girl. Are you going to leave me now or what? Sergei giggles and yaps her partner's ribs. I suppose it's good that you can stay in such high spirits, desperate to attack the days before us. We set out. I let the girls lead the way as we take the lesser traveled routes through the town as we draw attention to outfits. They offered fly me there as it would be much faster. I would actually accept that. But, no. Walking is fine. I'm sure things aren't that urgent. I think that is that urgent, if not more. Before long, our surroundings become less urban, the buildings shrinking as a number of longer we travel, until finally we cross over the fence and into the wilderness. Oh, that is a beautiful picture. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually time to end. Well, didn't have time to get another picture, but I'm sure we're probably gonna get another picture soon. And then I'm gonna replace the picture I'm gonna have for this clip with that clip instead. Because we have 6 more pictures. I don't think we have 6 more episodes. But at least hit like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. BroFive!